Welcome back, troglodytes, to the Trogly's Guitar Show. This is a warning video of an unscrupulous seller. I tried reaching out to this guy to get him to do the right thing, and I know that he is not. I'm fairly confident that this guy knows exactly what he is doing. He has custom ordered Gibsons from China that have less than standard specs that you would see on a Chibson in order to fool people. Unfortunately, as you can see right here, he scammed someone out of nearly $1,700, claiming that this was a 1981 Les Paul Standard. I'm making this video to warn everybody about this seller and to be very careful on what you buy online. If you have any questions of the legitimacy of a guitar you're looking at, feel free to send me a link on my Facebook page and I will gladly help you. When I first saw this listing for this 1981 Les Paul, it was still an open auction. I was interested in the guitar, but after looking up close to it, something just did not seem right. The shape just wasn't quite there, but it didn't have the metric bridge. It looked okay. The headstock looked really goofy though, so I was fairly certain it wasn't real. However, sometimes photos are taken at such an angle that makes real Gibsons look fake. What really raised my eyebrow here is he lists that the serial number is 84221535. And I thought that has to be a mistake. There's no way that there can be a leading 4 right there unless that first number was 9, meaning from 1994. So I messaged the guy and I said, "Do you have any photos of the serial number? The one that you typed is not a possible combination." He came back with, "No problem, I'll send you one. Thanks." He never ended up sending it to me, so I just gave up and I forgot about the guitar. The reason why this serial number is not a possible combination is because if you read it, it reads the guitar was made in 1981 on the 422nd day of the year, and it is the 35th in production for the day. What's the 422nd day of the year? It doesn't exist. There's only 365 days in the year, so that is a major red flag. Now, just as a fun fact, if you throw this serial number into the Guitar Data Project website, it will come back like it's a real serial number. This is why the Guitar Data Project is only so good as a guide. You definitely still have to do your own detective work. Since 422 exceeds the maximum value of 365 days in a year, the website doesn't know what to do, so it just rolls it over and subtracts 365 from it. That leaves us with 57, and the 57th day of the year is February 26th. Now that I'm on my desktop, I can zoom in on the photo and see that is indeed the serial number that is on the back of the headstock. Now, okay, I can get it if somebody has one fake and they bought it as real, so they're selling it as real because they really did not know. But now he has another one from 1980. This one is an open auction. I encourage you guys to shill bid this so nobody actually ends up buying it, or hopefully he'll come to his senses and just take it down. Now this one is a more blatant fake, but what's really terrifying about these guitars is they are good enough to fool just about anybody who doesn't have a lot of intimate experience with a Gibson. The first two signs most people look for is the slotted bridge posts, because that means it's a metric bridge, it's definitely a Chibson. However, this one has a regular bridge on it, and that is really scary to me. Another thing that's terrifying is this one has nibs. Nibs are the little pieces of binding that run over the edge of the frets that you can see here. Now these ones definitely look like they were painted on after the fact. Somebody has dressed this guitar up to look correct. Now somebody who's buying their first Gibson, they might look for the fret nibs or the Nashville styled bridge, and since this one has both of them, they just might think, well, it might look a little funny because it's from the 80s. Maybe they had slightly different specs. And that is true, but what really makes this guitar labeled as a fake in my book, again, is the serial number. Now this time, if we read this serial number, it comes out as 1980, 243rd day of the year, 167th in production. Now that is a perfectly legitimate serial number. Some guitar out there does have that serial number. However, what we want to look at here is the last 3 digits. 500 or higher means Nashville factory. 499 or below means Kalamazoo. Now Kalamazoo guitars are a little bit more highly revered, and they have a few distinct differences. The biggest one is this Made in USA stamp right here should not be there. It should be placed vertically in the center of the headstock or around there. Since this guitar does not have that, that is a huge warning sign to me. Among many others, obviously. But let's take a look at this guitar. Obviously, this body shape is not right. That horn is definitely not the right shape. In 1980, they're a little bit more pointed than that. And this thing really isn't even close. If you look at the pickguard, the bracket screw should be almost in the center of it, and this one's all the way out on the edge. The volume and tone controls are also not lined up at all. They should be perfectly straight and perpendicular to each other, and they're just kind of whopper-jawed. If you look at this bridge setup, it's really weird. The strings do not match up with the pole pieces at all. And among other things about this guitar that are incorrect, such as the font on the poker chip or the body not meeting at the right fret level, this guitar just screams fake. However, these guitars are just good enough to trick someone that doesn't know, and that's why I want you guys to share this video. I don't want anybody to be scammed out of this much money. I know I've been a victim to some really high-end replica fakes, but replicas are completely different guitars compared to Chinese fakes. Replicas are usually highly skilled luthier made to be really good and to trick just about anybody. Chinese fakes, these aren't made to trick anybody. It's just the people that buy them don't always have the best intentions. Now, I've never actually purchased a Chibson. However, I've always been curious about ordering a Spotlight Special Chibson to compare it to an original just for a fun video idea. If you'd be interested in checking a video out like that, please let me know in the comments. I just don't know how I feel about buying a Chibson. I am really hoping we can prevent anybody from buying this one, and I sincerely hope that this video reaches whoever bought this guitar on eBay. If you need any help with the documentation process of this guitar not being real for your eBay case, feel free to reach out. I will help you, no problems. I hate seeing people get taken. It just upsets me, and that's why I'm making this fiery video. I don't like calling out people, but I see that this guy is doing this on purpose. And I usually judge that by people's reactions. Now, I did mention I'd message this seller about his last one, and I never really got that photo, but I did message him again when I saw he was selling a second one. I let him know that both this guitar and the one he sold were not legitimate Gibson guitars. I let him know that they are likely Chinese fakes that have been dressed up to look real, and I requested that he remove his listing and refund his last buyer. Now, I'll admit I probably could have phrased that in a nicer way that wasn't as much of a direct attack, but his response really lit a fire in me. He says he doesn't know who I am, but all his guitars are legitimate because he bought them from well-known and legit people, and he's owned them for years. Oh, in fact, the 81 was rewired by Ace. Oh, and he's sure that his guitar techs and luthiers know much more about these guitars because they service them and see them hands-on. So he thinks I'm harassing him and insulting him. But no, I am trying to protect people here. So I sent him a response to that message that was a little better worded. I said, I'm sorry this is coming as a shock to you, but I am very qualified when it comes to 70s and 80s Gibsons. I let him know about this YouTube channel. I told him I'm giving him this information so he can do the right thing. I listed off some of the reasons that I just told you why this 1981 was not real and why the 1980 that he's currently selling is also not real. Now, I don't have time to list everything off. Maybe I'll do another video of how to tell a Chibson from a Gibson if you guys are interested in that, but usually you can just tell, especially on the fake customs. So I do encourage that you guys share this video around. I feel really bad that somebody paid as much as they did for that one fake, and they might not find out until it's too late. I don't think anybody should be scammed because of their hobby. Thank you for watching, Troglodytes, and we will see you tomorrow on the next episode. Take care.